So today is just going to be like a story time on how God guided me to the field of therapy. So I was talking with my squads a couple weeks ago, and squads is just my small group at church. So I was talking to them a couple weeks ago, and I was explaining like how I found my purpose and how God called me to therapy. And I just realized like I never shared that on the podcast. So I am coming to share that with you guys today. So it all started, let's see. It started, let's go all the way back. God told me when I was going through my whole separation and divorce, God told me to write everything that I was going through and write it down so I can have a book, so I can make a book. And so that's what I did. And my book was titled Pain to Purpose. So after writing Pain to Purpose, I was listening to a podcast, Patrice Washington's podcast, Redefining Wealth. And she had a program in that she was coming out with, a coaching program that was titled Purpose to Platform. So it just rang in my spirit, and I felt like God was drawing me, saying like that was my next step. After writing my book, Pain to Purpose, it's like you're going from pain to purpose, then purpose to platform. It just made sense, and it felt like God was telling me that's what I was supposed to do. So I went to that program, and it was amazing. I met so many people and so many connections, and it was just a really great program. So after that program was over, my coach had another program called Command the Stage. Now this program was a speakers intensive program. So it helped us come up with a talk to talk on stage, like a formula for speaking on stages. So I did that program, that coaching program as well. And then she had a live version at the end of the program. So, and it was here in Atlanta. So I went to the live and I spoke on stage, did my speech, and listened to all the other women's speeches that were there at the program. And one girl in particular, her story was very similar to my story. And she was just going, like, my target audience was women who were coming out of separation and divorce. And her target audience and her speech was single moms. And so she mentioned in her speech that she was in school for marriage and family therapy. And that like rang in my spirit, because there had been a couple times where I had been talking to people, and I was telling them about how I had started coaching. So after the Purpose to Platform program, I coached 2 women after that program. Like I made up my own coaching program, and I started coaching 2 women through that program. And every time I would talk about my coaching program to somebody, they would say like, oh, that sounds like therapy. Like you might as well just be a therapist. And I would like brush it off or whatever, until I heard somebody totally separate and random say it again. And so God usually speaks to me in repetition. So when I heard it again from somebody totally different, totally random, I was like, okay, God, I hear you speaking. And so I looked up how to become a therapist. And on Google, it says that you have to have some type of undergraduate degree in like psychology or social work or something like that. And so once I saw that, I just didn't think anything of it, because my bachelor's degree is not in that. It's in pharmaceutical sciences. So I was like, okay, I guess I can't be a therapist then. So I just brushed it off until I was at Command the Stage Live and I heard the woman speak, and she said she was in school for marriage and family therapy, and our stories were very similar. So after her speech, when we had a break, I talked to her about it, and I asked her about the school that she went to or whatever, and she said that she didn't have to have like a psychology background to get admitted to the school. So I went ahead and looked into the program, applied to get in the school, and I got in. And that has been my journey to getting from my separation and divorce all the way up into grad school right now. God basically just led me step by step by step through this entire process. And it just has blown my mind, like the steps that he told me to take to get here. And me just being obedient and following those steps, and him just revealing thing after thing after thing he wanted me to step into, and like just me going and going and going until I figured out like this is what he wanted me to do. So now I am in grad school. I have 2 more classes left until I finish all of my classes. And then I'll be going into my clinicals after my internship after those 2 classes. So I should be doing my internship by March of 2024. And yeah, I just wanted to come and share that with you guys because I never told you guys how I got from my bachelor's degree in pharmaceutical sciences and working as a lab specialist, a quality control specialist, to now moving into this degree of marriage and family therapy. And it was literally all God-led because everybody knew I was not going back to school. Like anytime anybody asked me, was I getting my master's? It was a no, because I literally despise school. Like I love learning. Like that's literally my hobby is learning, but I do not like school, like the tests, the quizzes, the homework, all of that. I do not like it, and I didn't want to go through that ever again. But God had other plans, and honestly, like with that whole not liking schoolwork, it's crazy because like now that I'm in school, I have been getting like really good grades despite the fact that number one, I procrastinate so bad. Well, I did in the past. Now I'm much better. Like when I first started school, I would literally wait until like the day before to do my homework, the day before it's due to do my homework, or literally the day of to do my homework. And like I used to feel like I wasn't giving my best because like the homework wasn't my best because I was just doing it last minute, and I constantly got good grade after good grade, and I just feel like God graced me to get through this program, like knowing that I did not want to go back to school. Like the Holy Spirit really has been helping me through this program. And I was just reading Daniel 1 and 2 the other day, and it said how God gave Daniel and his friends wisdom and skills and knowledge and understanding. And I really feel like that is what the Holy Spirit has been doing for me through this program. It's like he's been giving me the skills, he's been giving me the knowledge and understanding to get through this program. And it has been just blowing my mind that I'm actually getting good grades in the program and understanding this stuff. And I really like I'm really doing something that I actually am interested in. And it's just it really is mind blowing to see, like, because I've always been the person that never knew what they wanted to do. Like you always hear people say, do what you love, do what you're passionate about, and all of that. But I literally have never had anything that I've been passionate about, or never had anything that I love to do. And this is the first time that I feel like I'm actually doing something that I'm interested in, actually doing something that I'm passionate about. And it's just great to see. And that is it, you guys. Yeah, I just wanted to come and share that. And thank you for listening. Just remember to think like things, speak like things, and share like things. I really had to think about this. Like, when my daughter does something that's not okay and I get mad, I'm only mad for that second. And I talk to her, she says, okay, mom, I understand, or whatever. And we move on, and we never